Stamping on fabric is one of the most attractive workshops for people which is new to craft or stamping. I'm Bibi Cameron, and today I'm going to share with you how I stamp the fabric to make these cushion covers, and I have a second tutorial to show you how I sew them. The first thing I want to mention is about the kind of fabric I'm using to make this project. For the back of the cushion covers, I'm going to use a black chenille. It's a high quality chenille, and the fabric I'm going to stamp is this ivory polyester. It has a little bit of texture and it's also a little bit stretchy. Both of them are upholstery fabrics. They are very thick, they are heavy duty, and if you see here this black chenille, if you try to crease it with the hands, it will remain always flat. It's just amazing to work with. You can select different fabrics in different colors, and also you can make this in different sizes. I'm going to make a perfect square cushion cover that measures 20 inches by 20 inches or 50 by 50 centimeters. The backing fabric for this project needs to be a little bit wider, so my black fabric here measures 7 inches more in one of the sides. I'm going to grab my ivory piece of fabric, but before I'm going to make sure that there is nothing on my surface. So my mat is free of threads or any bulky things on it. And then I'm going to iron the fabric. I could also use a starch, but in this opportunity I'm not going to use it. The materials I'm going to use today is fabric medium, acrylic paints, Swallowtail from Stampin' Up, which is this stamp, and also an acrylic plate and a sponge. To stamp on fabric, I highly recommend to use rubber stamps, the ones which are with orange rubber, more than photopolymer stamps. This stamp here is huge, it's bigger than you can see in the package, and I'm going to use an acrylic plate to attach my stamp on it and to stamp the fabric. And I'm going to show you how I do this. This is a clean stamp that can be used with Stampin' Up clear blocks, of course, but as I don't have a block in that size, I'm going to use the acrylic plate. And then all I have to do is to rub the stamp against my body. I'm rubbing here the stamp against my pregnant belly, so sorry about that, but I normally do this against my legs, but I cannot show you that here in this video. So you rub that against your body and you just place it on the acrylic plate or the acrylic block, and it will be perfectly attached. You can also apply a little bit of pressure. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to need is fabric medium. I got this in a local craft shop, so not a problem to get them. And this is acrylic paints. You can use any acrylic paints you have available. Now mix these products. For 2 parts of acrylic paint, you need 1 part of fabric medium. I never measure anything, so I'm just doing that according to my logic or my intuition. But if you want, you can use a special thing to measure this. I just don't bother. And then you mix this well. Recently bought PVA glue, and I have used it to make fabric flowers and brooches with Harris tweed, but I decided to apply a little bit today. It says that it's washable and waterproof, so maybe it will add a little bit of extra endurance to the stamped image. Then I mix well, and then I clean all my surfaces and my hands before I start stamping the fabric. I grab a sponge. This is a sponge to clean cars. It's not expensive. It does the job, so I can easily bin it if I don't want to bother cleaning the sponge after, because this sponge really soaks the paint. So sometimes take a lot of time to clean it, so I prefer to bin them. And then I'm going to apply the paint evenly on the stamp with that sponge. I want to avoid at all cost patches of paint on the stamp, so you have to be able to see all the details of the image in the stamp after applying the paint on top of it. And then you just apply good pressure on that stamp and wait for some seconds until the fabric fibers absorb that paint. And do it again. Bear in mind that this paint could not be so thick, because when you are going to stamp, if the paint is too thick, you are going to get a very bold image, and perhaps you can lose detail and definition on that image. So if you notice that the paint is too sticky and too thick, you can spray water on the stamp as well, and that will help to make the paint a little bit more fluid. You will also notice that every time you stamp your butterfly, it will look different. With a little bit of practice, you will be able to make more similar stamped image, but it's completely fine if you find some image darker than another ones. If you see this video, please notice that I'm using a high quality stamp that provides high quality definition images. And if you want to buy this stamp, all you have to do is click in the link below this video and you will be redirected to my shop. This sponge here, you see here, the sponge have absorbed the paint. So I don't need to dab the sponge again in the container with the paint. And I just apply the excess paint in my sponge on top of that stamp. And that's how I'm going to get a perfect layer of paint on the stamp as well. I also recommend to change the direction of the stamp every time you are stamping to make your fabric design more dynamic. Today I have stamped the fabric for 4 cushion covers, as shown in the picture at the beginning, and when I finish to work with the stamp, as soon as possible I wash it with water, but I'm going to do this while the stamp is still on the acrylic block. This will protect the plastic in the backing, so I don't want to get that plastic wet, because my stamp is going to start losing shape. So I just want my stamp to keep nice and fresh, as you can see here. So this is how your clean stamps have to look after working with acrylic paint. While you do all these things, you leave your paint dry, and when the paint is dry, all you have to do is ironing your fabric and you are done. Yes, you can wash this fabric, but I will recommend dry clean because you are also using a chenille in the backing. This is the first part of 2 tutorials. In the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to easily sew the cushion covers with this beautiful fabric. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel or to visit my blog for more ideas and inspiration, or to order Stampin' Up products anytime. Thank you very much for watching and happy crafting. Bye! See you in the second part of this video.